I'll do a couple. I'll do a couple that are ugly. Let me see.
Oh, Professor.
Yes, I'm listening.
So I don't know what changed about last night and tonight.
Mhm.
And today. But I just logged into D2L and I checked my book and I pulled up that book.
Awesome. Then you're all set. Go ahead.
But yesterday while I was studying, I couldn't get the right text.
Well, that's very sad. They're very unfortunate, but I'm glad it's back and things are working. If I can do anything from my end, let me know, okay?
Okay, thank
Wonderful.
you.
I'm glad it's working. All right, guys. Okay, I don't know how many of us are back. Some of you are still coming in, trickling in. I'll give you guys a couple of minutes, literally, okay? And then we're going to start. We're doing P6. We're in the thick of it. And while people are trickling in, I'm going to tell you one thing or go over one thing that you probably know very well. How do we divide two fractions? 2/3 divided by 4/5. How do we do it? We're gonna leave the first fraction alone. Formally speaking, we say finding the reciprocal of the second one. Reciprocal means flip it, bottom, top, top, bottom, and multiply, change these two things. And then you do the rest. 2 and 2 is 2. Multiply the top. 5 times 1 is 5. And 3 times 2 is 6. So that's how we divide fractions. We're going to use the same concept here, except for our terms will be algebraic polynomials. They won't be 2 or 5. The same concept. Okay, I'm recording. I'm going to move on and we're going to start. Okay, so this one, hopefully, you can now do it in your head. The top one is x minus 25 is 5 squared minus 5 times x plus 5. Okay, and the bottom on the left, I'll factor out the 2. Okay, sorry. Okay, this is a division. What I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to multiply it. Why would I do that? Well, that's how we handle division. I'm going to put a multiplication sign here. Okay, I'm going to factorize this. Oh, let's use a different color. I'm going to factorize it on the side in red.
That one is, I already got it if you want it.
Tell me, I don't have a problem. What did you get?
It's x minus 1.
Minus 1.
And then the other one is x plus 5.
Very good, and thank you.
Oh, did you flip it upside down?
I did, and that's okay. That's okay, Jack. I'll tell you what I did. The reason I flipped it, I don't want to write all these things again. It's right here, right? This, remember, when we multiply, we change the denominator. Since I divided this,
Yeah.
since I replaced this, do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I'm remembering back to middle school when we used to do this.
Exactly. Exactly. And I'm going to double check. I think he got it right. That's correct. That's the correct factor.
Because the negative 1 times the 5 makes the negative 5. And
There
then
you
the
go. Go ahead. I'm listening. I'm listening.
The negative 1 times x and the 5 times x, when they add together, will make positive 4.
Very good. Very good. Thank you.
And
it's
then
nice.
I got
Go ahead.
I got the top one too as well.
Tell me. Let me change the color. That's very nice that you're participating. So we are hearing from Jack, and he is going to factorize the green piece, and I'm going to write it in the bottom.
It's x plus 5 and x plus 5.
That's right. I can see it. Good. Very good. Makes the class a little more fun. That's all. All right. The rest is not too bad. You're going to look for common terms that can be canceled. I'm going to use, let's use green and green, and then use pink and pink and use yellow and yellow. I am left with very few items. And it should be written properly on the exam like I'm writing here, okay? So let's pause here. I'll give you a couple of minutes. If anybody wants to say, well, show us how Jack did it, I'll be happy to show it to you. Not a problem, but if you want to interact, I would encourage other people to interact too. It's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. Makes it more real. And you learn better when you interact, okay? Listening is good, but listening is not the only way we learn. We learn by doing. I'm going to pause there a little bit for people to copy it, process it. And if somebody wants me to do something, we have everything. We have plenty of room in the bottom. I'm going to get a little bit of tea, okay? I won't be gone for more than 20 seconds. All right, guys, let's move on. If you don't have any questions, I'm going to move on. We'll see if we can do a few other problems from our text. All right, so let's see which one we did. We did 29. Okay, let's do something really ugly. Okay, let's do 31. And if you guys want to interact, that's really nice. I'll check your work, so it'll be confirmed. And let's do 31. Why don't you guys, I'll give you a little bit of time, all of you, okay? All of you, give you a little bit of time. And so this is what I'm asking you to do, okay? Just decide which one you want to do, okay? Do this, some of you can do this, some of you can do this. Just randomly pick which ones you want to factorize. There are 5 of them, okay? And it would be nice if I can hear from 5 individuals. But if somebody wants to give me 1 or 2, everybody else is quiet, or some people are quiet, that's totally fine. Factorize these 5 expressions, okay? These are just, they're called trinomials. You don't have to necessarily know the word. Give it a shot. I'll give you a good 5 minutes. Factorize as many as you can. Let's make it more fun. All right, guys, I'm back. I don't know. I didn't have a clock. I don't think I gave you 5 minutes, but I'll pause here a little bit. If somebody wants to start, they're antsy, that's also fine. I'll give you a couple of minutes. Let's see, guys, do we have volunteers? I'm gonna-
I got an answer.
Okay, good.
So
Would
for
you
the
do
first one, it's x -6 and an x +6.
Good. Sounds about right, but I'm gonna double check. X -6.
Well, actually, wait. No, wait, wait. If it minuses out and it has, no, that just cancels it out.
How about
Oh
this?
no, it's 4 and 3. It's 4 and 3. It's
You got
positive.
4 and 3? Yeah.
It's
yeah.
positive 4 and then -3.
That sounds about right. Yes, I'm gonna double check, but let me write it down. Okay, just double check.
Because the when you do x4 and -3x, it
Right.
will make 1. It'll make the x right there, and then
Correct.
them multiplied together will make the -12.
Correct. That's correct. What we have on the board is correct, Jack. You're right. Thank you. What he's trying to say, 4x minus 3x is positive x. So the middle terms do take care of themselves. And the last term, -4, +4 and -3 is -12. So we are good. That's easy to check. And x times x is obviously x squared. That's also very easy to check. Okay, let's put this. And do we have somebody else who would tell us what they did? I'm going to give you a couple of seconds to organize your thinking. What about the next one, guys? This one. Let's change the color to green. Anybody wants to tell me what they got for the green one? Okay, let's try it. X. Let me see if I can do it in my head. 5 and 6. 6 and -5. I'm going to check. I'm not finished. Okay. Now, of course, I used 30 times 1. 5 times 6 is 30, and 5 and 6 can give me 1. Why did I choose plus for 6 and minus for 5? Because 6 minus 5 is +1. For this, positive. Oh, somebody is talking. That's right. Thank you, Anna Marie. Now, just to let you know, I appreciate, just unmute yourself and talk, but I do appreciate your answer. So Anna Marie is saying it's x minus 5 times x plus 6, and that's correct. Thank you. Awesome. All right. Now, who's going to tell us the next one? Let's change. Again, let me go over one tiny thing. This is a multiplication sign. Okay, I know it looks tiny, but that means I'm going to put this guy on top. Who's going to tell us what this is? We use some brain. It's fun. Okay. Who's going to tell us what he or she got for x squared plus 5x plus 6? Go ahead. I'm listening.
You can do x plus 2 and x plus 3, which will make the 6, and then the 2 added together will make the 5.
Very good. 3 times 2 is 6. That's easy to check. X times x is x squared, and the middle terms are 2x plus 3x. That's 5x, so that's correct. Very good. What about this one? I am running out of colors. I'm going to call this orange. And this goes in the bottom. What do you think? I think I can do it. If somebody wants to help me, that's totally fine. What do you think for the orange one? All right, let's try it. Okay, you can almost do it in your head, really. Okay, I want a -3 here. Okay, so to get a -3, I will have -3 and +1. And I will double check. Now, if that didn't work, I would put +3 and -1. Again, the reason I chose -3 because -3x and 1x do give me -2x. So the middle terms are always the hardest. The endpoints, 3 times 1 is 3, which is negative because 3 is negative. X times x is x squared. So I think that's correct. Wonderful. Now this one, here's how I would do it. I don't know what color. I'm running out of color. I'm just going to go back to green. This green, I am going to put it here. There's nothing to do. I replace division with multiplication, there's not a whole lot to do. And let's do it like this. It's a little more visible. I'm going to put it in the bottom. Why? Because it should be flipped. That's why. The top. I'm going to do the top here. If somebody wants to do it, they have to tell me, yeah, I want to do it. I want to do it. Okay, so I'm going to do it X. Let me think. It has to be 6 and 1. And I'm doing, well, I'm using green too often. So let's go back to pink. Pink again. So I'm going to say X plus 6. X plus 1. I'm going to check. I'm not done. 6 times 1 is positive 6. 6x plus 1x, 7x, and x squared plus x squared is x times x is x squared. So this looks good. And very carefully, I'm going to do some cancellations. Hopefully, as many as I can find. Oh boy, there aren't too many. X plus 3, x plus 3. They go away. X plus 1, x plus 1. They also go away. Blue, x plus 6, x plus 6. They go away as well. Gray, x minus 3, x minus 3. They go away as well. So what are we left with? X plus 4. I have one from coming from my top. X plus 2 from top as well. Divided by x minus 5. So that's my answer. And thank you, those of you who participated. That's very nice. Try to do it more. Makes the class a bit more real. So take a look. I'm going to be back. I'm just going to drop my tea bag, okay? Now, I will give you a problem like this on the exam, okay? For sure. It will have different fractions. Yeah, it's probably the hardest one we have done so far in this section. Those are all a fair game on your exam. And I do expect you to write it properly using scientific notations. Do you need help with anything? How did you factorize that? How did you factorize that? You can always ask me. I will show you. Awesome, guys. So we're moving on. I'm going to clean this. Well, somebody may come and say something. For now, I'm going to save it. I've not been, just to let you know, I've not been saving everything, but they can be saved. I have it here. All right, guys. So there's a new problem. Okay. The next chunk is a little hard, guys. Okay. And you will see these on your exam as well. So I only gave you 4, just for the record. There are ones that are even harder than these. I stopped at 68. Let's do a couple. I'm going to do the very last one first. Give me 1 second. They're really similar. Okay. Very, very similar. And it's the same thing you will do twice, except for it's very easy to mess up. Very easy. I'll try to keep it straight when I'm talking. Like it's a little hard for me to keep things straight. Okay. The strategy that I'm going to use is I'm going to pretend this is all by itself, and I'm going to work on it and write the answer somewhere on top. Okay. And instead of writing everything like a million times, I am going to do the work in the bottom. All right. So I'll tell you what I mean in a second. All right. So guys, this red stuff, I'm going to label it red. The top will be worked out here. All right. So I have a fraction, x minus 2. And here I have 1. I want the same fraction. So instead of writing 1, I'm going to write x minus 2 over x minus 2. All right. Why? Because whenever we are working with fractions, we want to have the same denominators. If we have the same denominators, we take the numerators, we add or subtract them depending on what sign appears here. Okay, that's not too bad. I'm going to write x plus x minus 2, and I'm going to write the denominator only once. Done. Now I'm going to do something very similar with the bottom piece. All right, and I'm going to do it here. Same story. 3 over x squared minus 4 plus 1. I am going to, instead of 1, I'm going to write x squared minus 4 over x squared. I can factorize it, right? I can write x squared minus 4. That's too much work for now. I might have to do it. I will do it. I'm not going to do it now. I'm going to just add the 2 fractions. Well, 1 is not a fraction, but you get the point. And this time it turns out to be x squared minus 4. On top, I get x. Sorry, this is what I get. This, okay, let me write it nicely, okay? This is a little square. And this guy turns out to be x squared minus 1. And the bottom is clearly x squared minus 4. Now, I am going to write things properly here. What do I mean? This is what I mean. I am going to, instead of the pink box, I'm going to write exactly this. Well, let's do one more step here. Not that I have to. You could have done there on top. Okay, so instead of the pink box, I'm going to just write 2x minus 2 over x minus 2. Remember, guys, this line, there is a line here. I know I drew my red line on top of it, but still there. That's a division symbol. I'm going to make it multiplication. The moment I turn it into a multiplication symbol, this guy, excuse me, this guy must be flipped. Okay, so I will need a little room. I'm going to ask you how we do it. So I'm going to do it like this. Okay, so far, so I'm going to pause there a little bit to see if you have any questions. Now, to be honest, go ahead. I'm listening. Yeah, go for it.
How do you get the end results for what you're putting up there?
I'm not finished, by the way. Is that what you're asking, Jack?
No. Like, I'm wondering how you got the 2x minus 2x over x minus 2.
Okay.
I'm wondering how you get those.
Got it. The pink stuff. Are you talking about the pink stuff?
The pink stuff and the green stuff that you ended up putting up there to finally solve the.
So let's go over this. This came from the top, the pink top. Are you with me?
Oh, no. I'm just wondering. Yeah, I get all that. I get going from that step to that step. I'm just wondering where you got in the middle step to that last step.
Okay. Just making sure I understand. You do understand how I got from the green stuff is this. You do get that, right? Do you get the green stuff? The bottom is this. Do you get that from here?
I don't get how you got that answer from that.
Okay, let me do it again. Are you okay with the pink stuff being?
Oh, wait. Okay, I'm fine with that one. The green one. The pink one is the one that's confusing me a bit.
Are you confused about this pink writing? This pink. I know I'm using green.
Mainly, is that 2x?
Why don't I do it again? It'll take me 2 seconds.
Oh, wait. Never mind.
You
No,
sure?
I get it.
I can
No,
just do it again. Okay, for the rest of you, okay, I'm gonna just tell you, I wrote instead of 1, I wrote x minus 2 over x minus 2 because I want it to be a 1. I want to have the same denominator, okay? Does that help at all?
Yes.
You're good, right? I know you
Yeah.
asked me this question, but I'm now talking to everybody. So what about this one? Are you okay with how I got this green stuff here? Let me get rid of this. Are you sure you're okay with how I got this?
Yeah, no, I see how you got it.
Good, good. So I know this green. Let me go back to green, okay? I'm gonna erase this, okay? So green, I'll stick to green, will always be green here. So I am gonna flip it because this division sign here, there's a division sign, okay? And if you want, I can erase it and show you. This division sign, okay? This has to be flipped. It has to be replaced with a multiplication sign, and you just can't do it. You have to flip this guy. And what does that mean? X squared minus 4 over x squared minus 1. And these are our friends. Okay, x squared minus 4 is really x minus 2 times x plus 2 because 4 is 2 squared and x squared minus 1 is x plus 1 over x minus 1. That's what I'm going to do. Unfortunately, I have to make it a little smaller because I need a little bit of my room. I need a little bit of room here. And of course, I can scroll and show you. So here, this is my pink stuff. I didn't do a whole lot, but I will do one tiny thing here. Instead of writing 2x minus 2, I'm going to write it like this. I'm going to factor out 2. And this is still the pink stuff. I hardly did anything. Let's go back to the green stuff. Okay, x squared minus 4 is really x minus 2 times x plus 2. Factorizing, and we have done that in in P5. It doesn't matter which one you write first. 3 times 2 is 2 times 3. And the bottom is x squared minus 1 square is x minus 1 times x plus 1. All right, now that looks much better, guys. I'll tell you why. Can I cancel some things? Yes, I can. This guy and this guy. This guy and this guy. And let me draw a line here. This was my so-called scratch work. What am I left with? I'm left with x plus 2 over x plus 1. I'm going to show you the whole screen. And yeah, it'll be a little smaller, but and this is my scratch work. And I'll pause here a little bit. Sorry. This is my scratch work. Take a look. Tell me if you have any questions. I'll pause here a little bit, okay? It's one of the hardest things we'll do. We'll do at least one more today. Hard one of the harder ones.
I have a question.
Go for it. Tell me your name.
Amara,
Mara, tell me what your question is.
for the pink, where you started, like where the section where you started canceling stuff out, do we just that 2 right next to the x minus 1?
And I'll tell you why I did it. Let me see. So what I did, this piece, I factored out 2, and
Okay.
do you see what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
And the reason that helps because now I can cancel x minus 1 and x minus 1. If I didn't do it, I wouldn't be able to do that cancellation. That's a good. Go ahead.
That 2 doesn't go into the answer, or?
Oh, guys, thank you, Amara. Thank you.
Okay.
I appreciate that. Okay, thank you. I was wrong. Yeah, that should. Why not? Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Guys, what she caught, I was wrong. Yeah, it should go. Sorry about that. I'm going to give you guys a couple of minutes, see if you can catch any other errors. All right, guys, let me do one more, so-called one more ugly problem. Okay, so here, it's the same thing. It's uglier than the one we did. And this is the last one I'm going to do. I'm going to take my time to do it. Let's see. It's going to look a little messy, so be a little patient. Let's save that as well. Somebody asked me. All right, guys. I don't save most of them, but if something is really messy, I don't mind. All right, very carefully. I'm going to work on this. Okay, in green. Now, I want the bottom to be the same. I'm just focusing on what I circled with my green marker. Okay, the bottom is x minus 2 and the other bottom is x plus 2. I want to take this guy multiplied by x plus 2, the denominator of the other term. And I want to do the same with the bottom. I'll tell you why that makes sense. All right, minus 4. I'm going to multiply this 4 by this bottom, both top and bottom, by x minus 2. Now I have the exact same denominator, x plus 2, x minus 2, and that's not a bad thing. Okay, your goal is to make the denominator the same. And I'm going to say now the denominators are the same. And look, it doesn't hurt to write, instead of writing x minus 2, x plus 2, I know what that is. I can write x squared minus 4. That'll save me a little bit of time, right? Okay, what do I have on the top? On the top, I have 3x plus 6. I distributed this 3 over. Oh, here I have minus 4x, and 4 times 2 is 8. This minus, and this minus makes it plus. And I'm going to check. I'm going to check if I messed up, okay? That sounds about right. And I can go and write it on top, but I'm going to write it here first. 3x and minus 4x gives me minus x. I'm going to write it here. And 8 and 6 gives me 14. It doesn't matter. You could have written 14 minus x. Could have written that. In the bottom, I have this. And the reason, guys, I prefer x squared minus 4. I already see one here. I already see one here. Let me change the color to pink. I already see one here. So it's nice that my bottom from the green top matches the bottom from the green bottom. That could only help me. All right, that's not too bad. That's not bad at all. It's not as bad as I thought. Let's put it that way. So I'm going to go here, and you guys are going to tell me if I messed up. So follow me carefully. All right, so instead of the green stuff, I'm going to write 14. Oh, let's use green. Instead of the green stuff in the bottom, I am going to write in the right order 14 minus x over x squared minus 4. Now let me double check this again before you said no. And not that there's anything wrong with it. You're catching if you catch me doing something wrong, you should always say it. I appreciate that. I think that's right. I can't see anything. Okay, the pink one in the bottom, 7 over x squared minus 4. I'm going to flip it. Okay, so
And then,
go ahead. I'm listening.
and then when the x squared minus 4 cancel out,
There you go. Instead of
which
factor,
leaves 7 at the bottom.
correct. Instead of factoring this guy out and then canceling it, if you're a little alert, you say, oh, that's there. Let's change it. We're going to cancel.
So I have a question though. So
Sure,
since we have 7 at the bottom and 14's at the top, could we divide 7 by 14? No, I'll just leave
Really,
it.
not really. I will address it. I'll address it. Don't worry. So my final answer is going to be 14 minus x over 7, and that's your answer. You cannot divide 14 by 7. I'm going to explain it to you this way, okay? I'm going to explain it to you this way. Take a look. If you had something like 14 minus 3 over 7, you wouldn't be dividing 14 by 7. If you did, it would be something funny. 14 minus 3 is 11, 11 over 7, and I'm going to use my calculator. 11 over 7 is 1.57, okay? And that's correct. That's how you do it. 1.57. Now, if you wanted to divide 14 over 7, you could do it correctly. You could write it like this. 14 over 7 minus 3 over 7. And now 14 over 7 is 2 minus 3 over 7. You can leave your, I know this is not something I'll give you on the exam, but you can leave it like that. This would be correct. All right. And whatever that turns out to be. But here you can divide 14 by 7. If it was something like this, you could. I need a little bit of room and I don't want to mess with my original problem. So let's say you had something like this. Let's say what you have on top wasn't 14 minus x. It was 14 minus 7x. Let's just say it. And this was the term you got. Then you're going to factor out 7 from the top. And you're going to get 14. Sorry. You're going to get 2 minus x. And there's a 7 in the bottom. Now you can divide. Nobody can stop you from doing that. And that's actually expected. That's actually expected that you would. Does that answer your question, Jack?
Yes, it does.
Good. All right. So here it is, the whole problem. This is the last one we're going to do today. We still have 15 minutes. If you want to hang around, ask about anything else, I can't show you your exam. If you ever want to see your exam, you have to schedule an appointment by directly emailing me to my awares@valdosta.edu, not the class site. And we'll have to give you a Zoom link and we're going to come here and see alone. But most of the time you won't need it because what you see is exactly what I see. So just tell me, number 5, do this. Could you look at my number 5? Something like that would work. So
Okay, so in terms of technical errors with the exam, we just have to email you and you'll go in and fix it for us.
right. If you catch any of my errors, I haven't opened it yet, but I'm going to open it actually after class today. You'll be able to see my answers. You'll be able to see your answers. If you had any computer glitch, you have to clearly tell me. And in future, you have to show me a picture.
Yeah, I just had 3 questions that were caught off by loading errors.
The
or
numbers.
something like
You send me the numbers.
that. All right. Thank you, Professor. You have a good day.
Awesome.
All right?
Awesome. Have a good day. I'll be here if we have another 15 minutes. I'm not going anywhere. If the computer kicks me out, I'm going to come back again. I'll be happy to take your questions. I can take questions from any of the things we have done today, from any generic question. Where is that? Where is that? All those questions are fine. Just to let you know, the computer will kick me out in 1 or 2 minutes, but I will come back. We have still 13 more minutes to go.